Good morning, and welcome to another Stoop Chat this fine, lovely morning. Um, yeah, I've in just 24 hours, not a lot has happened, but I've had some good revelations. I had a coffee date with my friend Michelle. She's a lovely human being, and our coffee date lasted 3 hours. That's just how easy we can talk, but it was all good. And like from that I came home not motivated, but just like I had like a mental clarity breakthrough of like what I needed to do in order for me to be able to like get my ass in gear and get going. So one of the things that we discussed is, you know, sometimes with our lovely brains, um, being ADHD, and how I operate is sometimes I get stuck in idea mode. Okay, follow me on this. I get stuck in idea mode, and then I research and I find inspiration photos or techniques of things that I want to try, and I get stuck in idea mode. I have the idea, it's a great idea, but then there's this shift, there's this lull, which I've been in this lull this almost like this whole week and maybe a little bit of last week, is I now need to shift into production mode. I need to switch gears, switch the other part of my brain, and then actually do the work, right? Um, and there's that famous quote of how you eat an elephant. It's one bite at a time, and it goes back to that book by Anne Lamott, Bird by Bird, which everyone just needs to read that book. It's a fabulous book. I needed to break things down into bite-sized chunks for myself. And so after our talk, I came home and went, I know what I need to do. And since I am such a visual person, everyone's like, oh, you can use Monday, you can use Notion. Okay, it's been X amount of years, a bazillion years since all of those type of like tracker, apps and things have come out. I've used them before in the past, like, oh, project management, all of that. I am such a visual person, and I need to, if I don't physically write things down with my hand, like paper on pen, shit's not going to get done. It's just not. I need that mental connection of my hand physically writing out what it is I need to do. Not typing, not telling Chat GPT or whatever to make me a to-do list. I need to have that mental connection of hand to, pen to paper, of me writing it out. And I also need to walk by it every day in large format. Not tiny, like in a notebook where it can get shut off and hidden away. I need to see it in large scale. Um, so I came home and I grabbed one of my larger sketchbooks and I grabbed a marker and I wrote out, because I have my Chemical Rapture 2.0 that I'm working on, and then I also have the headboard situation. I know everything that needs to get done, but each step also has several layers because there's multiple things or multiple pieces that happen under that same step. Does that make sense? So it's just like in like the first step of my Chemical Rapture 2.0 is that each song, there's 10 songs right now, each of them need a little bit of story. So if I go just write story, that is not helpful for my brain. So I had to like put step 1, write story, and then put check marks, and then put the name of like each of the songs underneath it so that I know, like, okay, Okay, oh, I already wrote the story for this one. Check, done. Like, I need to visually see that progress. And then I did that for my headboard as well. And I realized I'm further along on my headboard than I realized. That I have more designs than I thought. And so it's like, that was, since my brain was also so tired, talk about being able to structure your day based on like your mental capacity. Um, my brain was so tired from, our conversation and just talking that I was just like, I'm not going to be doing any creative thinking right now. So I did, dumb dumb, turn off the brain, physical production, and I was tracing um, my designs that I printed out for the block prints. So it's just like I could turn on the TV, I could take a mental break, and I can just physically do what I needed to do yesterday. So for anyone who is struggling in going from idea mode to production mode, I get it. Take a deep breath. You're okay. Like, it's hard to get started sometimes, especially when it is a huge project. So I recommend in whatever works for you. And like, if you're a visual learner, an audio learner, however you need to absorb something, um, make that step-by-step list, but be specific. Give it something that you can actually check off and see your progress. If you want to make a Notion tracker, beautiful. Go ahead. That's lovely for you and your brain. Or the Monday app, and doing same thing. Any of those project management softwares. If that's what you need, because you can track it on your phone or whatever, yeah, do it. All the power to you. Um, so yeah, I just I'd been stuck, and I needed to get unstuck. And then I also cleaned my space. I cleaned the table off upstairs, my work table. That's also another thing. I also I can't think or like be motivated to sit down and work if my space is dirty. But then I also have the mental block of sometimes it's overwhelming how dirty it is, and I don't want to pick up because it is overwhelming. It's a vicious cycle, people. It really is. Um, so one of the things that I'm trying to be really good at um, is to, one, everything has a home and everything in its home. So when I am done using it, I immediately put it back in its home. If it doesn't have a home and it just keeps floating around and I just keep moving it from place to place and I don't really use it, I've gotten into this lovely habit of either donating it or tossing it, because it's just that mental load of continuing to move it around is just irritating. So I give you permission, people. If you just keep moving things around and you're not actually using it, just get rid of it. Okay? It'll help it. You will take a deep breath and go, "Oh, that felt good." And then you don't have to worry about that thing ever again. And then, so yeah, idea mode to production mode. If you're struggling with it, it's okay. I am too. You're not alone. Um, and yeah, read Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott. It's very helpful. Or you can just, call me or text me. No, you really can't. You can DM me or email me, or you can find an accountability buddy. It's what I did with my friend Michelle yesterday, because I know we both we have these, mental blocks the same. And she had something like a really heavy task that she needed to get done. And I could see that she was dreading it. Like almost like doing your taxes kind of dreading. And it was a simple task. And so I asked her, just straight out asked her, I was like, when's your deadline for it? And she's like, what? And I was like, when's your deadline? Like, what day are you in time are you going to pick to be done with this? And she's like, and I was like, and you're going to tell me, and then I'm going to hold you accountable to it. She's like, oh, okay. And then I got a text from her last night. She's like, I did it, and I've already set the appointment for this. And I'm like, solid. So sometimes you just need an accountability buddy, to also help get you motivated to start. Yeah. So the other thing, I don't know why my brain this morning, I was thinking about this. And it's silly. It's one of those moments where I was completely in my head. Jill was in her head. And I was, having, fake conversations, fake fake scenarios playing out in my head. Anyone else do this? Okay. Well, I do. So if you do, yay. If not, don't judge me. So I was thinking, like, it's May, and I was thinking back to, like, you see all the stuff for graduation in the stores and on TV and whatnot, whether you're a high school graduate or you're just graduating college or whatever. And, like, I was thinking back to this moment when I was getting ready to graduate from undergrad, or graduation was coming up. And I went to one of our professors, because it was like all the grads in that, like, I think we did all of the humanities department at UCI. I really don't remember. Anyway, a lot of students. Okay, it wasn't just like the film students. Um, and I knew that all of us film students, that, like, we were really close. Like, I I knew we were going to be sitting together. And so I went up to one of my professors and I was like, I have this vision of how I want to, like, walk up on stage, and I was hoping you could help me out. She probably doesn't remember this, but I think about this moment all the time. It lives rent free in my head. And I asked the professor, is like, can you keep a boombox or like a speaker underneath your chair, and, like, when a little group of like film students, when we walk up, can you please, like, hit play, and it plays the Indiana Jones theme song for us? So, like, when we walk up, it's bum 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 bum. The Indiana Jones theme song. Um, and she laughed at me, and she's like, "Oh, you're being serious?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm being dead serious right now." And she's like, "No, I can't do that." And I was very disappointed. Um, I've always wanted a moment in my life that's, like, really, like, important to have, like, that song, like, playing to, like, as I enter a room. Um, my husband did, because I told my husband about this. He's like, "Well, why don't you do it in when you're in labor?" And I was like, "That is the worst time, but also the best time." And no, I'm not doing it in the labor and delivery room. I applaud his thought process, though, on that one. But anyway, I digress. So back to graduation. And I was thinking about, like, all of these 18-year-olds and 22-year-olds. How old are you when you graduate college? In your early 20s, whatever age that is now. Like, how excited I was about everything that I wanted to do, what was going to happen. And I planned it all out mentally. And then, life lifed. Okay. But then I was thinking about that song this morning, and, you know, we all need, like, a theme song in our lives. Like, we don't have, okay, let me back up, because this thought makes complete sense in my head. In film and TV, right? There is a music director who puts music and songs for the right emotional moments in there, so that we as the viewer can, it's another way for us to feel empathy for characters in movies and TV shows. Do we need to be excited with them? Are we going on an adventure with them? Are we sad with them? And I was thinking about the Indiana Jones theme song, and I was thinking about that moment, and I was thinking about, just every the young version of me and the version of me now, and trying to just get shit done and this point in my life. And I was just like, we all need those songs or those motivations, like, for us in our own life to help keep us going. So since there is no actual music director for us, we have to be that for ourselves to help, I think, propel us forward, to help get us out of funks, to help go, you know what? If it's the Indiana Jones theme song, if it's the Golden Girls theme song, if it's, one of my favorite hype songs still to this day, like, I just put it on, and it's just my go-to when I need to, like, pump myself up, is Macklemore's Can't Hold Us, for obvious reasons. Um, but it's just like, find your song, find your theme song for life, even when it's hard. And even when life is lifing, or it hasn't turned out the way that you expected it to. And you just need that kick in the pants that you're the hero of your own story, your own life, and you have a damn good theme song that when you hear it, you go, yep, here I am. So I guess that would be my commencement speech that I would give to the young grads. So there you go. Um, that's, if anyone ever asked me to do a commencement speech, it would, obviously I would develop it better, but that's the general idea. You get what I'm saying. But anyway, so yeah, that's what's been on my brain for the last 24 hours. And I hope you take your theme song and go have a fabulous fucking day. And that if you're stuck in idea mode, move to production mode and get shit done. Right? All right. Happy Stoop Chat.